What's up, guys? Sweegdeddy again. Sorry, Mayowa Balogun, aka Sweegdeddy. For Combat Sports Engine. Listen, we missed UFC279 because I was still on break mentally from the UFC after my champion lost the fight. So I got the shirt on. We still the champs, even though we lost the belt. I was there live, so after that, I couldn't do any picks for a while. So now I'm just recovering now, and I had to come back for this card because it's the biggest card of the year. Crazy card. It's so stacked. At least 6 fights in this card. Could have been main events on a different day, right? So this is a crazy card. I'm gonna get right into it. Like I always tell you guys, if you use my picks and bets, you gotta send me my percentage, 10%. If you lose, that's on you. You take the risk, no reward. All right, let's get into it. First fight, Carol Rosa, Lena Landsberg. Lena is like 40 years old, 2-fight losing streak. Carol Rosa has won 4 of her last 5 UFC fights. I think it's a no-brainer. I think Lena is on the way out, so I'm gonna go with Carol in this fight. Easy, Carol, easy. Second fight, Mohammed Makachev, Malcolm Gordon. Mohammed Makachev is Dagestani, but he fights under the British banner. Very, very good fighter. I think he can be a champion or at least in top 5 within the next year. Malcolm Gordon is also pretty good as well. 2-2 in the UFC. It's a great test for Makachev. And I think Makachev is going to ace that test with flying colors. So I'm going to go with Makachev in this fight. The next fight, Ahmed Petrosian, AJ Dobson. Both of these guys were in the Contender Series last year and they both won their fights, and that's how they got to the UFC. But I think in this fight, Petrosian is just slightly more experienced, a bit more well-rounded, and I think he's going to take this fight as well. On to the next one, Abubakar Nurmagomedov and Gazio Magadashiev. Buba is the black sheep of the family. It's obviously Khabib's cousin, but he's one of those guys that is like, everybody's good, but he's like average, right? He's not a championship level fighter. So it's kind of the one that is spoiling the name of the family, if you will. But in this fight, I think it's a tough fight between 2 strong Russians who are well-rounded. But I think I'm gonna go with Buba in this fight. I think he's fighting pretty much at home. All these guys are there. The whole team is there. The whole team is fighting. I think he's gonna win this fight, but it's gonna be a close fight. And I think if Gaji wins the fight, don't be surprised. But I think Abubakar will pull this off. The next one is Zubaira Tukhugov, Lucas Almeida. Zuba is one of the other guys as well, who's Khabib's teammate, but not very good. One of the few ones who's not very good. Fights infrequently, but very close to Khabib, right? And he's fighting Lucas Almeida, who looked incredible in his UFC debut. Obviously, the guy he fought, not that great. It's a good, solid fighter, but not a great fighter, right? So we don't know how he'll do against a guy like Zuba. Zuba is not the championship level. It's not ranked, but it's pretty good. He's 6 in the UFC, 6-2-1. So he's not lost a lot of fights in the UFC, except to like high-level guys. So I'm going to go with Zuba in this fight, but watch out for Almeida. Almeida is a bad fighter. It's pretty good. So, I'm shocked if he can pull out a victory in this fight because we don't know where Zuba's head is at. He hasn't fought in a while. We don't know if he's going to come out, with ring rust. I'm going to go with him just because he's more experienced, but don't be surprised if he loses the fight. Next one we have Nikita Krylov and Volkan Ozdemir. This is a good fight. Both guys won their last fights. Krylov won it by first round KO. Looked crazy in that fight for the time it lasted. Volkan won a very interesting decision fight against Ozdemir. Against Paul Craig. And, he was on a 2-fight losing streak before that. So, he was looking like he was on the way out of the UFC. Then he got a big win over Paul Craig, who has been winning a couple of, I think he had won like 4 out of 5 fights in a row. So he was looking good. I'm going to go with Krylov in this fight because I think Krylov is more well-rounded. He can grapple. He has good power. And I think he's going to grapple in this fight. And obviously, Volkan struggles in his grapplers. If he's on the feet, it's kind of 50-50. But I think with the grappling, I give the edge to Krylov in this fight. So, up next, we got Mahmoud Muradov and Caio Borralho. Both guys are strong in the division. Caio Borralho is 2-0 in the UFC after being 2-0 in the Contender Series. Mahmoud Muradov is 3-1. And he was looking good in his last fight that he lost to GM3, but he looked pretty good up until that point that he lost the fight. So this is a 50-50 fight. I'm gonna go Caio Borralho because he has only, he's not lost in the UFC yet, and I think that he's a very strong grappler, and I think Muradov might struggle with the grappling a little bit. But I'm not gonna surprise if Muradov wins this fight. But I'm gonna go with Caio Borralho in this fight. For the prelim headliner, we got Bilal Muhammad, Bully B, and Sean Brady. This is a good fight. Listen. I didn't believe in the skills of Bilal Muhammad up until he fought Wonderboy and Luque, which was a very big fight. He's now on a 8 fight undefeated streak. He hasn't lost since like 2015 or something like that, 2014 or 2017, I don't know how long. But it's been a while since he lost. Sean Brady is obviously undefeated. One of the guys, along with Hamza Chimaev and Shamak Rakhmonov, who are like the future of the division. Young guy, undefeated, never lost before. This is going to be a big test for both guys. I'm going to go with Balogun. I think he's more experienced, more well-rounded, and has a better gas tank. But Sean Brady is a big prospect in this division as well, so watch out for him. And I'm going to go with, like I said, Bilal Muhammad in this fight. Now we're up to the main card. Kenny Chukagian, Manon Fiorot. Manon Fiorot is one of those guys along with Saragan, who when I saw them fight in their debut, I said these people are going to be top 5 guys, probably champions as soon as like very, very soon, because she had so much high level striking, she was so well rounded. She has knockout power, which for a woman is very, very hard to get, hard to have. Not a lot of women can knock out their opponent, right? So she's pretty good. But Kenny Chukagian is the gold standard in this division. Apart from the champion and Jessica Andrade, she's beat everybody else in that division. So to me, this fight is very similar to another fight coming up in this card, which is Peter Yan and Sean O'Malley. Caitlin is number 1 or number 2 ranked in that division. Fiorot is probably somewhere in the top 10, but she's the one that has to put herself against a legitimate contender in Kenny Chukagian. I think she has more experience, and I think she knows how to win the decision at point fight very, very, very efficiently. So I think she'll find a way to win this fight. But again, like I said, all these fights are so close. I won't be surprised if it goes the other way. Next one we have Beneil Dariush and Matthias Gamrot. Gamrot is one of those guys who I think is the future of this division. Obviously, Beneil Dariush has been here for a long time, has been ranked for a long time. I think this is a rough matchup for him. I think Gamrot has good anti-wrestling and also good offensive wrestling. So defensive and offensive wrestling. Very good, very, very good striker. And I think, like I said, he's the future of the division, along with a bunch of other young guys that are coming up. So I think he's going to win this fight and jump right into the top 5 with a win here. But let's see if Dariush can pull up a surprise, in my opinion, and win this fight. I'm very impressed if Dariush can get a win in this fight, but I think I'm going to go with Gamrot. The next one we got Sugar Sean O'Malley. Yeah, listen, I love Sugar Sean O'Malley. I think he can get a crazy decision. He can get a crazy win in this fight, maybe like a crazy knockout or a crazy side. Other than that, I just think Yan is too experienced, too high level of a striker for him, too well rounded, and I think it's a bit too early for him to take in this fight. I know it's a big fight for him, it's a big opportunity for him to try to speed him up to the title, but I think Yan is just too good at this stage of his career for O'Malley, so I'm going to go with Yan in this fight. The next one, co-main event, title fight, bantamweight title, champion Aljamain Sterling, TJ Dillashaw. Dillashaw is a bad boy, man. He's kind of old now, but he's still very rounded, very good everywhere. But that being said, I think Aljo is a bit underrated in this division, because I feel like he does a lot of things that I don't know what it is, but I think it's a bit underrated. After I beat Yan, people give him a lot of respect, obviously when he beat Corey as well. And I think it's going to be another one where he's going to show a different level that people don't expect from him. So I'm going to go with Aljo in this fight. TJ is a game contender. I think he's one of the best all time in this division. But I'm going to go with Aljo in this fight. I think Aljo is going to retain his belt and get his second defense. Main event, Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. Listen, Islam has one way to win the fight. Take him down, keep him there, control, get it finished, late finish or decision. I think Oliveira's, the biggest thing for me in this fight is the first minute of the fight. I want to see how Islam handles the guy that doesn't care about letting take him down, coming forward in your face, throwing heavy strikes, throwing kicks, throwing knees, elbows, everything. So I'm going to pick Charles Oliveira in this fight. He said round 1 not. I'm going to put some money on that just in case, because that's what he said. But I think it's going to be a very, very interesting fight. I think Oliveira is going to surprise a lot of people with his performance in this fight. But I'm not going to be surprised, because Islam as well is very, very, very good. I haven't seen him fight guys who aren't statistically favorable matchup for him. But I think obviously hasn't lost once in his career at all. I think he's like a 10-fight win streak, so it's pretty good. Very, very strong wrestler. But I think Oliveira is, at this stage, is just the best in the world, and I think he's going to show it again and surprise a lot of people. But I'll not be shocked if Islam controls the game for 5 rounds and just kind of keeps him on the ground and just keeps him stifles the offense. I'm gonna bet Charles Oliveira, because I think he's the better fighter in this fight, more well-rounded, has more ways to fit the fight and more ways to win. So, like I always tell you guys, these are the picks for this week. UFC 280, biggest card of this year. It's Sweegdeddy. Follow us, Combat Sports NG, on Twitter, Instagram. Check out our website, combatsports.ng. And like I always told you guys, if you bet with my picks, you gotta pay a percentage if you win. If you don't win, that's the risk that you take. Catch us again on the next pay-per-view. I'll give you the picks. Let's go.